everyone, to another episode of The Infected. I had some technical difficulties and I actually have to do a voiceover, so that's what this is. I did too much in this video to delete it, so you were able to hear the game sound, and I actually have to record my voice over this. But I did spend one in-game day gathering wood, and I'm showing you now what I did. I gathered a lot of wood for the new addition to the base, and that is where we left off. But right now, we are on our way out to the uh, aluminum and cobalt extractors. Someone had mentioned in the comments that it would be a good idea to put a workbench, chest, and a rock crate out there. So that's what I'm fixing to do right now, is go put that stuff out there. And the reason for that is to put some fish in the chest and let it go bad. That way when I go out there, I'll have the biofuel for the extractors on hand there, and I won't have to forget or worry about forgetting to take any with me. And I think that is a fantastic idea, so I was all for that, and we are on our way out here to do this. Now my recording program has me a little worried for my next video because it was actually showing me everything's recording. I use a double monitor system, and I can actually monitor my recording as it's recording, and it was showing everything was fine. But when I went to play back the video to watch it to see if anything needed to be edited, of course there's no sound coming from my voice. All I hear is the game. So, but because I did too much in this video just to delete it and continue on, um, attempting this voiceover, and I'm hoping it turns out okay. But I think I stop here and put this one down first. Yeah, I do. Yeah, and as you see, I brought plenty of material with me. I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything. And I did bring, I think I brought enough oil, I don't remember, to actually fill them up. Yeah, I did. I brought plenty of oil to fill them all up. But I had forgotten that we had this one off, and it was already full of fuel, so I ended up going back with fuel. But this is a fantastic idea. When plan on leaving the rock crate out here until it gets full of rocks. When I know it's going to be full of rocks, I'll just bring a rock crate with me and swap them out. That's fantastic. Love that idea. And I had completely forgotten that we left this in here. So I think I take that back with me. I think that's what I did. But this video was supposed to post last night at 8 o'clock, and because work being who they are, I did not have time to do a voiceover last night, so I actually have to wait till this morning to do it when I got home from work. So yeah, I've had a real fun time. So anyways, we're getting this done, and I am super excited for everybody to see the new base work. It's actually bigger than I thought it was gonna be, so I'm gonna have a lot of room. But I was wanting a forgery room and a new kitchen and a place to store all my chest because they're just laying in the middle of my base. And I actually wanted to start building the furniture too, so I wanted a living room, and I actually plan on doing the living room in the next video. At least that's what I'm shooting for. But in this video, I actually have a really, really good day. And here in just a minute, I'm gonna go. I brought a brand new spear with me. Grabbed it right out of the rack that we had built the other day. And I literally wear out one brand new spear catching fish. There seem to be a lot more bluegill in here than there are the trout and bass. So I did what I could, but the box, as you'll see here shortly, is almost full of fish, which is good. It's still plenty of biofuel. Gonna come back out here with another spear when I come to collect and catch some more fish. Having trouble fishing. Some of the fish didn't want to cooperate. And you hear the fox, and there's also going to be a wolf too, but neither one of them seemed to pose a problem while I was fishing, so that was kind of nice. Yeah, see, I go to put that in there, not realizing that we had filled that up. The fox actually sounds like he's off to my right, but if you look straight ahead, well, you can't just now, but the fox is actually over there by the water. Fortunately, he doesn't bother us, pesky little bastard. I'd rather mess with the wolves and bears than have to mess with a fox. I think when I get done here, I'm almost full. I think I like just a few spaces once I'm done. But see, this is nothing but bluegill. And it's like, where'd they go? Here in just a moment, I think when the spear finally breaks, or just before the spear finally breaks, I look up and I got a school of fish right there in my face, and then they all scatter, and it's like, hey, that's where all the big fish were. It's like they all spawned in instantly in the same spot. It's kind of weird. It's cool looking, but it was weird. I'm going to assume, since the wolf never bothered me, that he was pretty far away. I was worried the whole time that he was going to come jumping in the water and get me while I was fishing. Yeah, there they are. Look, see them all scatter like that? It's like, hey, that was a weird spawn in. like you see one fish and then all of a sudden, boom, you got a dozen of them. I think right here is where I was talking about the pull down for the fish, having to drag your mouse down to harvest it. I think it needs to be off to the right or the left. I think it would make it easier. You gotta keep repositioning your hand. At least I do anyway, when you harvest the fish. Yeah, see, it doesn't quite fill it up. But it got me there. It's got me something to use when I come back. Gotta leave everything just the way it is. And then I head back to base to start working on the new expansion. The new expansion's got me pretty excited. I will be adding a new game to the channel. If I like it, I'm gonna play it, try it out, see how it does. I've watched several people play it, and it looks alright. Looks pretty cool. But I got it last night before I went to work, and I'm already doing this one and Subsistence, and I actually still play Grounded. I've just not been posting videos on it. Um, the only reason I'm not posting videos for Grounded is because it's not getting as many views as these games. So I quit posting the videos for those, as well as the videos for Craftopia, and then there was another game. But once I try out a new game on the channel, if it doesn't get the views, then I just quit uploading them and I try something different. But I've not done a subsistence video in probably a week, and I will be uploading a couple more of those videos here shortly. I'm not sure if it'll be today or tomorrow, but I will get those uploaded again. And the new game that I have is called Stranded Deep. So all the big YouTubers are playing it, and it looks like it's a fairly decent game. So I want to give it a try on this channel and see how it does. But I am gonna do the same thing with that game that I did with this one, and I will play several in-game days in the game itself, because I don't want to start off a brand new game and be like, okay, you're dead in 2 minutes. So I want to kind of get an idea of what I'm doing, learn how to work the controls, and do all that before I hit the record button. So I may upload one of those videos today. It depends. It probably looking at tomorrow on that game. I do have the next 5 days off. So excited about that. So I'm gonna get a lot of playtime. So probably gonna see several uploads from several different games. And so my channel should be quite busy in the next week. But I think right here is, yeah, I'm checking to see what wall I need to knock out, because I do knock out a wall. I actually knock out a couple of them. And I think I decided on this one here. Yeah, I did, because I didn't want to take out the window. And I'm still undecided on whether or not I actually want to put a doorway there or leave it open. Still a little undecided on that. We'll have to wait and see. But the new expansions just got me super excited. I can't believe how much two foundations wide actually gives me. It just blew me away, because once I got this lower level done and I go upstairs and I'm like, oh wow, this is bigger than I thought. So, because when I started the expansion, and all I had on my brain was, you know, these 2 extra rooms down here. I didn't think nothing about having the entire floor upstairs. And that's where I'm talking about whether or not I want to put the doorway above this one or offset it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I decided to go with the one right above it. I think here pretty soon I realized that I'm overheating, and I go grab my cooling shirt. Because just before I hit the record button, it was fall. And what happened was I went to sleep, it was fall, I woke up, went to hit the record button, and noticed it was summer. I was like, well, that was quick. The seasons change at weird times in this game. Yeah, this is where I grabbed the cooling shirt. I'd like to get to a point to be able to make the armor as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have enough oil for that right now. Maybe. I'll have to check and see. But I did take a lot of oil with me out to the extractors. But after this video, I won't have to take oil out there anymore. I'll be able to use the biofuel that I can make out there on site. Here I'm emptying these 2 out so I can move them. I didn't want to leave anything in there just in case it would decide to lose it. I didn't want to take that chance. Now, I knew it would put it out. That I wasn't worried about. We definitely have coal for days. But I just wanted a cleaner walkway. You can see I have a big old open field out here where all the trees were. It's been a tree chopping fool. And right there I was saying that I was wondering if I should bring the front of this expansion out to the front of the porch, or move the porch over. I'm undecided on that as well. Because the front could actually go out another foundation, giving more space, or extend the porch over 2 more foundations and make a bigger porch. So it's like, well, do I do it or do I not do it? But I did decide to go ahead and go with all windows on this side, because of the fact that I think it looks better when it's all bricked up. Like this wall here, it's just got those windows, and I had mentioned in a previous video that this side looked like it needed more windows, so I decided to go with all windows. And since we have 2 copper extractors right here on site, I'm gonna be turning one of them into just stone. I haven't done it yet, but I will be turning one of those there to just get stone. Because we are severely low on iron. And with all these new windows, we're going to need glass. And here, trying out the interior wall, and I actually think it looks really good. I think it'll look really good against the brick. So I decided to go ahead and keep it. I really like that look of that wall. So the 2 walls that are inside now, the 2 interior walls that were outside walls, I will be deleting those and putting the actual interior walls up, and I will leave them wood. I won't upgrade them. I don't know if you can upgrade them, but I will leave them the wood because I think it does look good. Yeah, I think here is where I realize I'm going to have all that space. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? So, I know part of it's going to be a living space, living room. I'm not sure what to do with the rest of it. And I'm sure we can figure something out. Yeah, I was looking around and I'm like, oh my goodness, look at all this space. I was quite shocked at how much more space it actually gave just by going out 2 extra foundations. For some reason, it wouldn't let me place the ceiling there. I'm not sure why, but I ended up having to do it from down below. Don't know why it wouldn't let me do it upstairs. But as I'm placing them, I'm actually being very careful to make sure they're all going the same way. Yeah, I finally decided to move that chest out of my way. I was tired of going around it. But all these chests I got laying around, I need to make another chest rack. For some reason it would let me grab those logs, I had to jump up on the rack itself. But since it just did hit summer, I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate on getting glass in. I do not put the windows in this episode. At least the ghost images, I don't do that. I need to get the other extractor set for rocks before we go making a bunch. Even though we have a lot of rock on us right now, because in those chests right there, it's one or two of them have a lot of rock in them. Plus the rock crate itself is full. And I don't have hardly any sticks, so I have to do a lot of chopping for some sticks. I've been trying to pick up all the sticks I see. That's why at the beginning of the video you see me bend down try and pick up a stick and couldn't. I couldn't because I was full of planks. Yesterday when I was collecting all this wood, I was wanting to record some, but I didn't want to record the farming part of it, if that makes sense. I didn't think it would make a very good video, so I was like, no, we're not going to record all the chopping of the trees. Not going to do that. But the building part, I definitely wanted this recorded. Especially since I got so much done today. Okay, now here I'm trying to decide what wall I want to knock down. Did I want them the opening side by side, or did I want them offset? And here I'm trying to move the stove, but you can't move the stove till you take all the pans off of it. Yeah, that's me deciding right there on what wall I want to take. Did I want them side by side or what? And I decided to go with this wall here. And this is me trying to move the storage rack. But I'm assuming in the update, they got rid of that. You can no longer move the chest rack while it's full. You have to take the chest off of it and then move the rack. So that was something he fixed in the patch. I think somebody else was mentioning that as well. contemplating on whether or not to remove this other brick wall here. Still haven't decided on that yet either. And here I was talking about making this into a living space. Now I do place the ghost images down, but I don't do anything with them because I kind of felt like the video was getting a little long and I wanted to end it because we were already at a half an hour, and I really do try not to go past that mark. Sometimes I can't help it, but I do try to stick around the half-hour mark. Yeah, I'm still in awe at how big the place is. I was like, okay. It's like really big, so there's room for all the furniture. But this is where I call it an episode. So if y'all liked the episode, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, seeing it for the first time, and would like to see more, hit that sub button, and I'll catch you later.